around the clock, sports all the time. That's never going to work. That's ridiculous.
Just remember to have fun out there today. And if you lose, I'll kill you.
This is Tall Can Audio.
Seriously, this thing is going to be a cultural disaster.
All right, back at it for a Monday here in the TCA Studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada. Matt Robinson over here. Rob Christie back in his seat across the table. What's going on, man?
Woo! Feeling good, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
Beautiful weather. For those of you who love those summer temps.
Who happen to live in the same part of the country as us. We are on social media.
If you don't, you should.
We're on social media at Tall Can Audio. Follow the pod wherever you're hearing us right now. Been a couple weeks since you and I have been in studio together. I was going to say I feel compelled to ask what's new in your world, but I feel compelled to do it after I ask you what you're drinking today so we can, more importantly, get to what I'm drinking today.
Well, it was almost an extra week in between because Rob's not so good with schedules.
It's all right. The bat signal went out as requested, although it was self.
Yeah, I put it out.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is that for me?
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. You're here.
I am here.
Yeah.
I am here, and you're hearing this, so things couldn't be better. Really.
Right.
I am drinking something from Side Launch at a Collingwood, which I've really been. They had that wheat.
The lesser cottage country.
They had that wheat beer kind of thing cooking around. I didn't love. Speaks volumes that I can't think of what it's called. So I've been hesitant really to do anything with Side Launch, but this is spring ale, they're calling it.
Okay.
Sort of a golden, comes in at 5.5. I was looking for something crisp, something easy drinking on a sunny 30-degree day.
Mm-hmm.
So right there in the middle of the road, alcohol-wise, and sort of I'm interested to see what this is. What do you got over there?
Yeah, Side Launch, I'm kind of with you. I remember in the very early days when I always talk about the Spark House from Lake of Bays being a very early one that I stumbled across.
I had one of those the other day.
Did you enjoy it?
I totally enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a nice beer. The Nita we stumbled on here fairly early, but I also remember there being a Side Launch IPA very early on, and I remember having like this very prominent brewery label, like it was white text on a black background saying Side Launch down the side or something.
Right.
I remember not liking it very much.
And thinking, is Side Launch the beer?
Right.
Is Side Launch
exactly.
the brewery?
And ever since, it's not fair. Like, just one beer I didn't care for, and really didn't care for.
Matt,
I know.
First impressions.
But also didn't care for at a time where I hadn't yet flushed out my craft beer palate, right? So I've sort of
flushed it or fleshed it?
Well, that's really up to the good listener to decide, I guess. It's. I don't know. It's been unfair. And someone else was saying to me when Shrides was on a week ago. I had something from a brewery that people had said I'd been too hard on, but that's escaping me right now. So maybe I need to give Side Launch another chance here. But we'll wait and see what you think about that one.
This is quite nice.
Okay,
it's okay. It's not as crisp as I would like in a sort of a golden ale,
right?
If that's what they're going with. But it is smooth. And it is easy, but I was looking for something with a little more crispness, maybe a little bit more hoppiness. Not a pile.
Could always handle a little more hoppiness.
Yep, for sure.
This is called Hopside. Comes from the Perth Brewing Company.
Oh.
Made the stop on the cruise back into town, right next to the Wendy's. I got a beef with that Wendy's too. We can choose to get into or not, but
why wouldn't we?
Take this Wendy's. But it had been a while since I'd been to the Perth Brewery, and so as we were cruising down Highway 7, sort of jumped on my phone to check the, what's new, what's going on. Is there anything? I sort of feel like I've had most of what Perth has to offer.
Good coffee stout.
And and there's a Bonfire Black Lager that I often grab and did grab again.
Okay.
But that's not what this is. And there was a bunch of stuff that I hadn't tried before, so it was worth stopping this time.
Worth the trip to Acton.
Yes. No, it's not. A sort of 762 and kick and push. Got to be a little fresher on the website updates. People cruising up and down 7, man. That's a mark. You jump in, you kind of check quickly. Is there anything new? If you're not updating your website, if you're not bothering to have a website,
Yeah. And
cruising
that's the
on by,
thing.
man. Cruising on by. Make it easy.
And the thing with 760, I stopped in there one time, and I didn't really love anything from them, which is unfair. It was early enough in their
Sure.
in their existence that you
Same way I'm treating Side Launch, apparently.
right, or me, right, and that's what. And so I kind of got to give 762 if they're still if they are
Yep.
still brewing.
But they're not doing anywhere near enough to. It's like, check our Facebook page. I'm like, I'm not even on Facebook anymore. I'm not checking your Facebook page.
I'd have to ask my ex-wife about what's happening with my Facebook page.
Oh, you're posting a lot.
Yeah,
And it's all very negative about yourself. You
Yes,
should really be
exactly.
less hard on yourself.
Self-loathing.
Anyway, point being, Perth has been right on top updating their website. There was a bunch of new stuff there, so stopped along the way. This is the Hopside IPA, 5.5%. On first sip, it's well, hoppy, which I am enjoying, but not a whole lot else going on. Like, not a lot of in the summer. Often you'll expect kind of a citrusy or something like that. It's a nice IPA, but there's no one flavor that's jumping out at me, and
so
that's fine sometimes. But
And they're calling it a Hop City IPA.
Hopside
Hopside IPA. So
Yep.
they're not calling it a Western
Nope.
or a New England.
Nope.
They're just sort of calling it an IPA, which I think a lot of people are starting to, and I would just expect on something that somebody's labeling an IPA.
Yeah, as opposed to a West Coast or a New England. Or,
Right. To be
Like
less
that.
citrusy.
Yep.
Right. That there wouldn't be.
It's not overly juicy. Yeah.
Right. I look to the NE IPA. Right. As soon as you see that NE on there,
Yep.
I'm expecting juiciness.
Right.
Right. And if it's a West Coast, I'm expecting sort of over the top bitter hoppiness.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was to crack it, something that just called itself an IPA, not like
This
an,
is
not
roughly
like an
what
Alexander
I'd expect.
Keys.
No. This is about what I'd expect.
Then that's what I would expect. So I think you should readjust your expectations.
I just said it was fine.
I know, but you threw it in at the end. You're like,
I got
it's
a
not
whole
juicy. It's not a,
bunch of. I'm describing for the sake of the listener. I got a whole bunch of buttons. I could use a couple right now. We're gonna get to them here in a second. The Wendy's that's in like the same parking lot, you can't go in anymore. Like, it's just a drive-through, and
we don't want to see you. We don't want to smell you.
it's a long drive.
Okay. Piss
That used to be a good stop to be able to run it, and it's not overly well marked. Like, we stopped there on the way down to grab lunch, go up to the door. Oh,
Try it again. Try it a third time.
go back, sit down in the truck. There's someone else going up there. Let's see if he knows the secret. Like, is there a different door? Is there
Handshake.
And he's no.
No.
Damn. So we'll pull off onto some side road later on.
Or
and deal
or
with it.
there's a dumpster over on the side.
So that's annoying. It has been a couple of weeks since you were in studio. Anything new and exciting in Rob's world?
I had the weekend of Rob last weekend. Right. Everyone was out of the house.
No pants.
From Friday through Monday.
Oh, okay.
There was. So I went and I picked up.
You and Chuck.
Yeah, but I spent a little time on the Friday. You devote a little time up front. My mom came in. I took her out she was hankering for schnitzel, as you do.
Sure.
I was not hankering for schnitzel, but she super enjoyed it. Got to spend a little time with my mom. Stopped and picked up some Golden Palace egg rolls.
I know you know that, or I know you like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Those are beauts. And just sort of fortified with a little bit of, some chips. Had some beers. That's where I was drinking. I had some Lake of Bay stuff.
Yep.
Cooking out by the pool. Jay's Giant Series. Old school. Had the radio going.
Sure.
I had some chicken to barbecue. Just hot, sunny days by myself. And the fact that the Jays and the Giants were at respectable 3:00 in the afternoon, 1:00 in the afternoon,
As opposed to being out in San Francisco.
or as opposed to being in Detroit and having a Saturday 6:00 game.
So
You're
we've
like,
had, yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I think that's got to do with being an outdoor stadium and it being 40 degrees, like, let's push that to 6 instead of the afternoon. Not everybody was smart enough to build a dome.
I'll give you that, Matt.
But we have had 4 different start times over the first game on Thursday in that Tiger series was 6:40 p.m.
Yeah, I was going to say 6:30.
And the Friday was 7:10. And then Saturday was 6:10. Sunday was 1:40 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit together down there. Like, whatever reason you had on Thursday to start at 6:40 should have probably still applied on a Friday.
Yep.
Unless I guess it was getting people home early. I don't know.
So
It's stupid.
But that is, it's the weather was fantastic. Enjoy. Now, if you're home alone, what is the respectable amount of beers to drink?
Oh, I'm not the guy.
Oh, no. This is why we asked the question, right? If you're drinking at home alone on a Saturday afternoon, you got the Jays game on, like just like this. Maybe you're out on the balcony. It's beautiful weather, and you're like, I just want to have a couple beers. Where is the line drawn between day drinking problem, day drinking good time?
I think the tipping point is 3.5.
Okay. 3. So 3 is the number then.
3, I think, is fine. 4 can still be fine, but you run that. We've talked about this before on the show. When you're out, you know, whether it's a Wednesday night or you're meeting up for wings or it's just a trivia night somewhere or whatever, 3 beers, you sort of feel like that's probably enough. When you have that 4th, you can hear the engine revving a little bit, right? Like, we might be off and running now.
I now have my phone in my hand. I'm going to start dialing people. Hey, what are you doing?
But on a Saturday afternoon, like the game starts at 3:30.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably having a game or a beer somewhere around first pitch and then see how it goes from there. Probably another one while you're making dinner.
Yep.
And, you know, maybe another while you're watching the. And now
it's me and Show Ali
now
listening to the post game show, and we're having a
and our buddy Nick Ashburn joining in a little bit. So
exactly.
But once you get to that sort of 4th one, you're like,
okay,
easy,
all right,
easy.
So the Saturday was 2. The Sunday was 3.
Okay. So I think you're fine, man. You mentioned checking out a couple games on the radio down at the cottage where I've been for the last week and a half or 2 weeks or whatever it's been. There is a TV in the boathouse that in the afternoon I can throw the ball game on. No one else objects too strongly because there's nothing else on a Saturday afternoon.
The Bachelorette is not on a Saturday afternoon.
No, or the Y and the R or whatever, unless we're catching up on the PVR or whatever else. But sometimes, you just throw the radio on, and I always laugh, and no one else will. So this is a story well worth telling here.
We'll determine that.
There's, it's Ben Schulman and Chris LaRue.
Yep.
And I always, when you ask how many beers is it okay to have at home by yourself?
Well, there's got to be a fridge or a cooler or something in the boathouse.
That's right. But even here, if I have the radio on, onto that 4th beer, if you go one too far, I always find myself, not out loud, but in my own head, every time he says, Ben Schulman, Chris LaRue with you, I always go, God bless Chris LaRue. And it comes from the Garth Brooks live album. And he mentions an old, I don't even remember now, whether this was a country singer or a bull rider, because that's country music.
Seems like a bull rider to me.
Named Chris Ledoux.
God bless Chris Ledoux.
Oh.
And so because it's live and that, like anybody else, he kind of riffs a little bit after the actual lyric and he mentions the name Chris Ledoux and then there's kind of a quick music break and he always...
A worn out tape of Chris Ledoux. Lonely women and bad booze seem to be the only friends I've left it all. God bless Chris Ledoux.
God bless Chris Ledoux. And so, for whatever reason, Chris Ledoux
is in the audience.
Maybe, man, in whatever the recording was. So I always find myself, God bless Chris LaRue.
Okay, to me as a guy who grew up and spent summers working at a country general store and gas station, like catch-all in cottage country, I would always have the radio sitting on a milk crate.
Sure.
It could be the 50s. It could be the 80s. I don't know, man.
It's the same thing in Norwood.
Yeah. Tom Cheek, Jerry Howard.
Yeah, of course.
Back in the day, and anytime the Jays get on the board and Jerry Howard and the Blue Jays are in flight.
Yep. And that carried on right till his retiring.
And it carries on on my back deck
Right.
whenever the Jays score their first run. And that's what I say. And the Blue Jays are in flight. That's my ode to Jerry Howard.
And it's funny when we talk about radio, I'm sure you're the exact same way. It's not actually the radio. You're streaming the radio broadcast on
It's the
something.
Google Assistant
exactly.
that I've taken out into the back deck with me. It's because at the same time, I need to know what the capital of the Congo is.
Sure.
If
It might come up.
in the commercial
Between
breaks,
you
I'm
and
like,
Chuck.
hey, Siri.
Entertain me.
Yeah. What is the capital of the Congo?
Yeah.
It's N'Djamena, just in case you're wondering.
I was, obviously.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, I had, I think, one bad day at the cottage. I think the first day I was down there, the temperature turned cool down to like 18 or 19, got really cool in the evening. Pretty much everything, like varying levels of cloudiness, sometimes some rain overnight, but basically every day, beauty, man. Gorgeous. Sitting lakeside, baseball weather. Other than that first day I was down there, I was in the lake every day. Every day. Yeah.
Well, and I'm on the back deck.
Yeah.
And you know what? I get out of the pool. Sometimes you put the beer on the side of the pool and you just get in and you stand there on the edge of the.
I take my beer down to the end of the dock, set it beside the ladder, dive in, and I'll circle back to you in a minute.
And you come out and you get hot again, and then you jump back in the pool and you're good to go. And had the barbecue going, and it's and as I said to you when I texted you on Saturday, go, are you in town? And I'm like, of course you're not, because it's 30 degrees and sunny. Only
that would have been normally the time for me to send that text that you're always waiting for. It's like, I'm not going to be back by Sunday.
Only an idiot would not be at the cottage during 30-degree weather.
Hi, it's me.
Yeah, that's this guy over here. This guy. So that's really about all that's happened. You asked my weekend. I watched. I always like to, if I'm home alone. I'm a movie guy. You're not a movie guy.
Except this weekend.
Okay, and with no evening games and I'm home alone.
Yeah. Just porn. Just so much porn.
Yeah, well, it's usually watch something else and then
I don't have the stamina for it to be all night.
This is it. I am older. I like to watch movies that the way better half
would never want to watch.
Doesn't want to watch, or I've seen 18 times and she's seen once and it's enough for her.
Right.
So I ended up watching Remember the Titans.
Great movie.
Great movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's Denzel Washington kills it in that movie.
You make sure they remember the night they played the Titans.
Yeah, you got it, man.
I know.
So to me, Will Patton, Denzel Washington, great flick. Great flick. So that's really
Sunshine.
Yeah, hey,
sunshine.
Hey, sunshine. Yes, exactly.
You can keep rubbing your head all you want. Those locks ain't going to grow black.
Those beautiful locks ain't coming back.
Right.
Yeah. So, but that's it, man. I just eating the things that I like that aren't great for me, but whatever. Sleeping in, baseball, beers by the pool. Mm-hmm. Really just, doing my thing.
So this weekend, there was a new movie out on Netflix.
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore 2. It was good. Really? I won't say really good. I stopped the brake. I pumped the brakes there. It was exactly what you should have expected it to be.
Is Julie Bowen in it?
I don't know who that is. Virginia Bennett, the girlfriend from the first one?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So she was the mother from Modern Family.
Yeah, I didn't watch that show. So
but I loved her in Modern Family, and I had no idea that she was
the PR woman in the first. Yeah,
I had no idea, but I loved Julie Bowen in Modern Family.
Right.
She's got kind of.
Anyways, we don't. Yeah. She does have kind of. Yeah.
So when I went back to look at Happy Gilmore during the pandemic, the early days, I'm like, hey.
So I want to.
She's no Veronica Vaughn.
You are.
Want to touch the hiney.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a buddy who was.
No, you didn't.
Got it on.
So there won't be any spoilers here. I'm not going to do that to the audience because it's only been out for, I think it came out Friday.
Yes, it did.
So there are people online, I guess it's just what we do in 2025, shitting all over it.
Of course.
If there had been a Twitter when the first one came out, it's stupid. Some of the jokes, yes, it's an Adam Sandler movie. It's kind of stupid. But the jokes, I laughed out loud several times through the movie. And really going into an Adam Sandler movie, that's really all I'm asking
Yeah, of
for,
course.
right? Is a couple of laughs. You're not going to win an Oscar. This isn't going to be Citizen Kane or something like that, which I know everybody says is like I can't get it. It's hard. It's,
you know what?
It's a tough watch.
And I did watch it, and
Yeah.
it's, again, not during the pandemic. Not good. Not a good flick.
It's tough to watch, but
yes.
it's supposed to be this highbrow, the measuring stick of what. That's not going to be Happy Gilmore 2. The other thing, they have, in the first movie, it was so dumb. It was Adam Sandler. It's whatever, that all the other golfers are made up. In this one, they have a lot of pros
of course
taking part
Cameos.
because now we know, Adam Sandler's a big deal and this is going to be a big deal. They were fine, but a little bit stiff. Because, clearly they came in knowing what it was, but not willing to go where Adam Sandler's prepared
For sure.
to go for something. So, but
Was
if
the, was the old Asian woman
no,
till the night closes? Like his,
you're talking about the other.
I wanna touch you all over. Yes. Exactly. No.
Hey, you want breakfast? No, I don't think I saw her. But it was, for what it was, it was pretty enjoyable. And if you went in saying it was, stupid jokes and it was immature, yeah, you probably should have saw that coming.
Well, and I haven't seen it.
No.
And what I did see was it got a 3 out of 5 in the ratings.
Yeah.
And the comment was not likely to garner any new fans. And you're like, all right,
No, probably not, actually.
that's
Yeah.
probably not what you're looking for.
There was a lot of flashback material, almost like to remind you, we're about to tell a joke and here's why it's funny. Like if you don't remember this from the first
price
one.
is wrong, bitch.
Pretty much.
This guy sucks.
I thought there was a little too much of that, but
Okay.
because one of the things about you've just demonstrated it multiple times here. The first one is very quotable.
Yeah.
This won't hold.
Why won't these people go back to their trailer
Their
parks?
shanties. Yes. Why won't this won't have that? This doesn't, I don't think, have the staying power. But for 90 minutes on a Saturday night when the Jays played early, no problem, right? I didn't feel like it was time wasted. I wasn't disappointed. I think we talked about when Clerks 3 came out. I loved the first two. On the third, stop going back to this well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Happy Gilmore should do it again.
Don't do a third.
Right. But this one was fine. It was well worth the...
Go to Grown Ups 3. Maybe you could do that.
I didn't even know there was a Grown Ups 2.
Oh, yeah. And not bad.
I watched the first one. Didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Didn't love... I'm not a huge movie guy.
Yeah. Well, and the second
I
one,
didn't even know there was a second one.
it's kind of the same.
Okay.
And it's just whatever. But it is, whatever you're going to do. So to me, you know what you're getting when you get it and you just sort of go.
The Jays are getting up and going. And as we sit here right now on Sunday afternoon, they trail 3-0. Fucking losers. To the Tigers. In the fourth of 4.
I'm off the bandwagon.
In that series. Well, why don't we start there? Because Rob sent me a text on Monday before the game saying, these next 7 games, they're going to tell me who these guys are.
Yeah.
They won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees and have taken at least 3 of 4 from the Tigers. Doesn't look good right now in Game 4, but we'll see. Joey Loporfido, the way things are going, may come up and club one out of the yard or something like that. And I somewhat snarkily responded, yeah, I'm going to continue to factor in the previous 100 or so games. I think in this case, we can say we were both took fair approaches to this. If it was your viewpoint, they cleaned out the competition here over the last week. In mine, yeah, it's basically since May 8th, they've been the best team in baseball. And this week, coming out of the All-Star break, they have beaten Logan Webb. They've beaten Carlos Rodon. They've beaten Tariq Skubal.
Robbie Ray.
Max Fried. This has not been an easy stretch, and they have found a way to do it. Now, the Skubal game was fun just because Gosman matched him pitch for pitch, and as soon as they yanked...
Gosman was better.
Yes, he was. And as soon as they yanked Skubal, they just beat the shit out of the bullpen almost immediately.
Yes, guy.
So, like everything about this last run since the All-Star break, which is the last time you and I spoke about the Jays, was the Sunday that the All-Star break was beginning, has suggested they're legit. They're not falling off. They're not going away. And they are now, like I said, barring this Sunday result, I don't know what the score in the Yankees game is, but they've came into today 6.5 up.
Judge-free Yankees.
Yeah, for a little while at least.
Yeah.
Man.
6.5 up on the Yankees, 7.5 up on the Red Sox, 10.5 up on the Rays.
The Rays are falling away fast.
Woohoo! Suck it, Rays. Yeah, I was really interested when the Jays were coming back. They kind of scuffled into the All-Star break, right? They lost. They split with the White Sox, or they took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. I can't remember.
They lost. They took 2 of 3 from the White Sox. Lost 2 of 3 to the Athletics.
To the Athletics.
Yeah.
So you're going in sort of 3-3 against a couple of shitbirds.
Yep.
You went ultimately against the White Sox, the worst team in the American League by far. Mm-hmm. You ended up going 3-3 in the season series against those guys. And so you're kind of like, all right, well, who are these guys? As we've said all along, right, is when does the other shoe drop? Mm-hmm. And they were coming out against the Giants, who were either in a wild card spot in the NL.
Or a very good team in the NL.
With some good pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're coming back after sweeping the Yankees, and you know the Yankees are going to be pissed coming back into Toronto.
Yeah.
And then you had, which at the All-Star break, the best team in Major League Baseball record-wise, the Detroit Tigers, who were also scuffling.
Holy fuck, if the wheels come off there.
But you still have, this is the prime opportunity for a team that isn't for real to go, oh yeah, this is who we are, and we're going to be slump busters, and
sure,
these guys are going to come back on us. And really, it was only the middle game of the Yankee series, which they were tied, and Hoffman gave up that solo blast in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
To lose that game. And that's how games get decided, I understand. But it was super tight. And then you went in, and in the first 2 games, you blasted the Tigers.
Yep.
And in that Skubal game, Gausman was better through 6. They both went Skubal.
6 innings, 1 hit for Gausman.
10 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And no walks. 10 strikeouts.
And frankly, you could have been up. Like, I don't want to tear this game apart because big picture, it's not worth it. Okay, well, we got the Vladdy pickoff at third base when the
You blame
safety.
Vladdy on that, or you blame Schneider on that?
I blame the safety. There's no reason to have the safety squeeze on right there.
100%, man. 100%.
The one later on with George Springer.
That's Springer.
That's Springer. Like, and look, there's a whole bunch of moving parts to that. A lot of people are saying Barger should have signaled harder to slide, but Springer is looking the other way. Clearly, he thinks
decelerates.
Yeah, he clearly thinks they're not going to throw to the plate, so he's slowing up. They do. There's also, Madison there on the broadcast pointed out that Skubal kind of points at second
base.
like
He's
a
decoying,
deke, right? Like, hey, throw there, which he knows they're not going to, but Springer kind of buys it and again gives a reason for him to slow up. So those are chances against Skubal himself to get out in front and get a couple of runs. It doesn't end up mattering because you score later, but, little mistakes.
To me, the first one, the safety squeeze, the suicides, whatever you want to call, whatever's happening there, there's no reason for that, right? Heineman's up 3-1 in the count, right? He ends up taking the walk. Mm-hmm. So at that point, had you not put that play in, you would have the bases loaded, the infield in. When Barger cranks that ball, that likely is either making it through the right side of a pulled-in infield, but instead everyone's back. It's the end of an inning. It's just so flaccid. And you're right. I don't want to shit on the whole streak, but to me, this is
when you've won in 9 of 10.
This is a John Schneider issue, and I still think the team is outperforming his managing. That to me is.
I think you could make a case for him to be manager of the year right now.
Yeah,
working through what they have with the bullpen and some of the way the number of moving parts, right, is such a benefit that you to have on your roster, the guys who can play in many different positions, but to be able to manage that properly and bring him in, I don't know. I totally disagree on.
Yep, and that's fine.
John Schneider being a problem.
But you have come to something unwittingly
You don't know where my Whitting is.
Yeah, no, I do. Actually, we've done this for 10 years, man. I'm pretty sure I know where your Whitting comes from. Does this run take Shapiro and Atkins, and I'm going to throw Schneider onto the heap? Does this like, see, this is what we had in mind all the time? Or have you, who sat through the past 2 seasons, 24 and 23, go, fuck you, man. Everybody has shit fall into their lap. Or is this the plan?
Well, it is clearly part of the plan. They always said we want to be the best defensive team in baseball. They're still doing that. Their big guys are hitting right now. Like Vlad has looked great coming out of the All-Star break. Bo is killing it right now.
Bo is super killing it.
And yeah, some of this stuff is a happy surprise. Some of this stuff will regress. But have they given themselves the right to... And someone else I was hearing talk about this right now, it might have been Overdrive, doesn't matter, say, you could call a press conference right now because you haven't in a while, and you're going into the All-Star week. And,
look at me!
And you could kind of do that. You don't have to be quite that out in front about it, but you could say we're putting ourselves in a good situation. You're smarter not to. Let 100%. Everyone else get there themselves because you're not a popular front office.
Or not.
But most, like overwhelmingly, the moves these guys have made have paid off, and then the team has underperformed. Now, we can talk, and should, that some of these off seasons, you felt like you're coming into the season a bat short, and it felt that way again this year.
100%.
And that was before Santander got hurt. He's not going to swing still for a couple more weeks. So you have to look at anything you get from this
before you ever see that guy again.
You have to prepare like you might not.
Right, this year.
Similar to Manoah, right? Similar to, like, you have no idea what you're going to get out of some of these guys. But I think there's a little bit of people need to ease up, right? All these guys have been brought in and are making a difference. And yeah, sometimes things fall in your lap, both in terms of some of the results on the field, some of the individual player results. But this is their team, and if it succeeds, they get to hang their hat on it.
Well, it's a super gracious Matt right there, because baseball is 1 out of 3. If you hit 333, that's an excellent average. 23 sucked, 24 sucked, but 25 is looking good, baby. So if I can do 1 out of 3,
what do you want me to do about 23 and 24?
No. I'm just that, and that's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Right. I don't believe in John Schneider. Really, I don't believe in his managing skills.
I just don't believe those guys, like the classic Joe Torre is still out there. I believe it's all now tied to your front office, and you've got it pre-mapped out. And so I don't really blame John Schneider when they decide to pull Barrios for Kikuchi in a playoff game.
Yeah.
He's the face of it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
And I can't completely credit him either when the lineup that gets put in at the beginning of the game and the moves that get, when they go to the lefty, we'll shift this guy. And we got the parts right now to...
So who's ultimately responsible for that safety squeeze?
That would have been him.
Yeah.
To put it on in the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, to me, it's just one of those things with Vladdy and your backup catcher fresh into the batting order. That's the time you want to do that against a guy who's throwing 101? I don't know, man. That seems odd. And I get you're trying to manufacture stuff. And again...
Yeah, knowing who you're facing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And so the Springer thing is important, and I was interested to see what the outcome was going to be today, because how many clips have you seen in the past month, 6 weeks of Springer running hard, Springer turning going from first to home on a just wheeling it. And
I don't know if you were on radio or TV on Saturday. The TV broadcast
radio
repeatedly brought up, like almost to the point where like, all right, I get it, that he's a smart base runner. He's a good runner, trying to get him off the hook a little bit.
Well,
right?
It's to the point where I was on radio on Saturday, and I turned to the way better half, and I'm like, well, I'm going to give Springer the benefit of the doubt because he's a good base runner.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, then there's a deceleration. There's
didn't slide.
Because I'm not watching it. I'm only listening. And my first thought was, I've seen a gajillion clips of Springer running hard, Springer legging out.
This was not his best moment.
Right. Okay. And so ultimately, if I can not walk this whole last 10 minutes back, but I have been thoroughly invested and enjoying
You're in on these guys now.
what this team has been doing. And as I said to you a week ago, Monday, a week ago, yeah, I'll really see what happens here. And if you go, worst case scenario, 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, 3 out of 4 from the Tigers,
You're in business, man.
you're in business. And coming into today, the only 600 baseball team in the MLB.
Bo
Which also
Bichette.
speaks to some mediocrity.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you can only
This is it.
You can only be first in the MLB.
And this is the thing Stoughton keeps putting out there, and a lot of the things that he's covering at the batflip.ca is like, we all understand, and he made a good point, and it's a very Matt point of being like preemptively negative.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of we've both done. And now it's been me more negative than you, but
Yeah, but he kind of said, can't wait for them to make some really nice moves and bring better players onto the roster at the same time that they cool off, which is going to happen. Nobody is win 17 of 20 good. Like, nobody.
right.
And so you are going to cool off, and somebody is going to make the case, see, you broke up the
chemistry.
mojo,
Yep.
the chemistry, you messed up the locker room. If they bring in better
Joey
players.
Loperfido and Lucas those are the keys.
Right. Do
Not.
not take them out of the lineup
Yes.
ever. No. Bo Bichette, who we mentioned here a second ago, is batting over 360 with runners in scoring position.
Which is down.
Yeah, he was over 380.
See, more negative.
Sure. He's also second in the AL in hits. Would you like to take a stab at the only guy ahead of him?
Oh, I think I heard it. But I can't grab it. It's yes. Yeah, no.
It's just an excuse to use some of these buttons.
Yeah, no. Can you give me a team?
Well, that'll pretty much spoil it. But
Okay.
yeah. Kansas City Royals.
Nope.
Pathetic.
Nope. I don't got it, so it doesn't help me.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Of course.
It's about time.
Hey, it is about time. I mean, I just couldn't get the ball in the hole. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. And that's how I feel a little bit. But that's okay.
At the deadline, we don't have to go into specific names. Is there a piece you think they should prioritize? Like, to you, what's an ideal deadline?
An ideal deadline would be if you could sweet talk the Twins into sending you both Joe Ryan and Yohan Duran. That's what I want to see.
That is an ideal deadline.
Hey, but I'm willing to give up. I'm willing to give up if you want to give up you Savage.
Yeah, for that package, you will spend big.
Yep. I'm giving up 2 of the 3 top end prospects, and
Yeah.
if they want somebody, one of the
Like a Loperfido or
a Will Wagner or an
Rodon,
Ernie Clements from Rodon.
Rodon, yeah.
I'm willing to go with now that but ultimately, if you could only get one, I think Joe Ryan he's not a 1. I don't think he's bumping Gosman. Like, I think he's a 2 in this. So I'm going with Duran or Clase. I want to see somebody with controllable years at the back end of the bullpen.
This is where it gets tough because, like, I keep seeing a lot of people, like Stephen Kwan, an outfielder from Cleveland. Yeah. You need more.
Last year's hits leader.
Yeah, and he's still very high up, and he's very good. But he's better than the guys you have, but he's a lot like the guys you have.
Because he's a contact
right?
guy. He's not a big power
contact
guy.
and he's a lefty. You kind of need a righty, and he plays the outfield. And like I said, he's better than Nathan Lucas. He's better than Loperfido. But you kind of
Better than
have
Schneider.
a lot of that contact guy, right?
But this is so what they do, though.
I understand, but
Move the line, move the line,
right.
move the line.
But if you only have so many pieces to spend, it's like, is that the maximum?
Yeah, I'm not looking for. I'm not.
We're hearing Keller out of the Pirates.
Yeah,
he's a lot to me like Bassett and Barrios and Gosman.
See, to me,
and doesn't raise your ceiling. He's sort of more in that mushy, not mushy, like those are good guys.
A 2-3.
Now, he would help you long term, like as you're looking at Bassett potentially leaving, maybe even Gosman a year later. Yeah. Like he's under contract. But again, that feels like a winter move. I don't really want to trade in the rotation unless it is for a 1. Like I want to swing for the, and to me, I'm higher, I guess, on Joey Ryan than you. Like I would look at him as a 1, a needle mover. But I don't want to just grab another 2 or 3 guy like we already have 3 of, right? I don't want to do that.
I like Ryan too.
Yeah.
And you know, he was just in the All-Star game. Like, this is a guy who's having a good year, who has some controllable years.
Yeah.
So, but he to me is not a legit number 1.
Yeah. I don't know that I agree with that. I think he would be your number 1. Right. He would start playoff games for you. Zach Gallen is sort of coming off a down year.
Sorry, Joe Ryan would start. He wouldn't be a game 1 pitcher for Toronto. He may be a game 2.
I don't know. I think we disagree on that. But my point is, I don't want to spend what limited assets we have for, like, you only have when you factor in the travel days in the playoffs, you really only need 3 or 4 starters.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spend what limited assets we have on a guy who resembles
what we got,
Bassett, Barrios, and Gosman.
Yeah.
So get me a clear-cut 1 or go straight to the pen and straight to upgrading your lineup a little bit. They need at least 1 and probably 2 big-time back end of the rotation arms. And so, unless you can get yourself an ace, like, at this point, I'm prepared to trust Lauer. Like, I know, but his numbers just keep coming down. Like his.
Yeah. No, I love what he's done.
Scherzer scares me more than Lauer, which I wouldn't imagine in any previous year having ever said that.
You may get punched in the face for that.
It's just, at this point, get me a 1 or don't bother, right? Like, I don't spend your limited pieces there. Go and find yourself the right-handed bat you need. I was interested to see the Yankees go get Ryan McMahon from the Rockies.
A no-hit, good defensive third baseman.
Which I get it after they've seen what they've seen out of their roster. Yeah, they need help.
Gorgeous.
But it took them presumably out of the Suarez.
Yep.
And that made me very happy.
Also happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. But if you can't get a clear number 1 starter, I'm not bothering addressing the rotation. I will spend my assets bringing in like some real flamethrowers and probably a right-handed bat.
And where do you stand on the idea of maybe Santander in September, Varsho coming back, and you're able to put
Hit
Varsho
home runs in 3 of his last 4 down in the minors.
Yeah, and you're able to put him in the 7 spot. You know, somewhere back. Yeah, there's some swing and miss, but you are able to go. Yeah, all right. There's going to be some times where he's going to swat one. I'm going for.
But that's another lefty.
Sorry, what I'm suggesting is you hope Vladdy continues to heat up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he gets to slug up a bit, and you look for bullpen arms. If you can't get that number 1 in the rotation, as you suggested, I am all about give me 2 big pipe swinging arms out of the bullpen. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, when they went out and got Hicks 2 years ago, and it didn't quite pay. Like,
but the idea is there, and so.
Could you get Mason Miller out of Oakland or Sacramento?
They keep saying no.
I know
that he's off the. But is he really?
Right.
But those sorts of things, right? When you go with Miller and you go with Clase and you go with Duran and to me Duran with a couple of years of club control,
and they love that, the Jays do
for sure. They do, and
this is my other thing about like the Stephen Kwan thing is. He has controllable time, and he's a great hitter, and he's on a great contract. But you pay for that. Like, can you go find someone equivalent to it?
You're a big Straw.
I'm like, you're a big market. You can spend. Just don't pay the premium to get the cheap contract. And look, it's not to say Kwan wouldn't help the team.
Sounds Ottawa Senators like.
Okay, but they need to act more like the Leafs, right?
Yep.
Like they need.
Of course they do.
They need to say. We're not paying a premium for this AAA left field, not AAA as in AAA league, but like a top end left fielder, and we'll pay more because his contract's really cheap. Fuck that. Go find the other one that you actually have to pay for.
Have you paid the bonus?
Right. We will pay the bonus. We will be those guys. Be that team.
Front of line.
Yes.
Waving the checkbook.
Because as you rightfully pointed out, some of this is playing, and a lot of this right now, they're playing over their head. And it's not that they're going to go off a cliff, but they are going to cool a little bit. And so take the wins that are already in your back pocket. Take the fact that this is a bit of a happy surprise and go cash in. Because this happens to a team every year. It's just never us.
Yeah.
Somebody ends up playing way over their head and gets in and scares the shit out of teams. Make it you.
Looking at you, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Right.
And I was listening again. So it was Jeff Passan on the pregame show on the radio Saturday.
On your radio dial.
He was saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, these sort of happy, fortunate, good luck opportunities only come around to each team so often. You don't look the gift horse in the mouth.
Push your fucking chips in and
you
go.
Grab it by the bit and you run. So whatever you think you need, you don't hold on to Yamala or your Savage or even Tiedemann. Whatever you need to do.
Well, I think you'd be selling low on him right now.
Yeah,
coming off the
sure,
injury,
for sure you would. But somebody would have to be aware of that. Like you look at it, Scooble had Tommy John in university. He was a 9th round pick.
Yes.
And here he is defending.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying he's worthless.
And reigning Cy Young. All I'm saying is I think they understand what you're looking at.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I think there's nothing you hold on to now in terms of futures.
Nothing is sacred.
If you want to go for it now, because this is a team that hasn't won a World Series in 32 years.
It's been a minute.
So let's get going. Let's do this. And so I'm all about, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be damned. We party tonight.
Oh, you've provided a troubling segue. We did see the final verdict given in the Hockey Canada 2018 World Junior case down in London over, was it Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. Everybody is not guilty, and the judge spent the better part of a day explaining why, which is common-ish. The extent of which she explained why she found the witness to not be credible felt almost like a final indignity to have to face after everything that EM had been through. But at the end of the day, it's not guilty. I'll be honest with you. The whole thing as it went along got blurrier and blurrier.
Yeah.
And what I believe is irrelevant. But, I think 6 people, for sure not on the same level, have been through a really tough experience. And I don't know, this, I want to make it sound like I'm about to make it sound, but this wasn't on my agenda. This was something you wanted to discuss. I don't know how much I have to, we've talked about this throughout. Where did you want to take it?
Well, it really comes down to, we have talked about it throughout. It is end of July, and there's only so many Dakota Joshuas out there worth covering in the hockey world that we would be remiss if we didn't touch on it. Is really all. I'm not sure I need to spend a pile of time on it, but it is one of those things where it's everybody has their own lens with which they see this outcome, right? There is, in a world where anywhere from 60 to 70% of women will be sexually harassed or assaulted in their lifetime, that's a huge lens to view these sorts of incidents through. So people's reactions to it are wide, varied, opposite ends of the spectrum. But to me, at the end of the day, people taking the legal system to task, that this is a system not set up for women. People taking Rick Westhead to task for bringing this upon EM, right? Which to me is, I understand that this is a woman who has already endured all of these things, and then Rick Westhead, who was actually exposing Hockey Canada, she sort of becomes a bit of a, collateral damage, I believe, is what people are looking for in this, in exposing Hockey Canada practices, that this was something that was settled and she had sort of moved on from. And then in order to expose Hockey Canada practices of paying out, she gets pulled back into the spotlight. I just find it interesting that Rick Westhead is taking a pile of flack on this as well for doing his journalistic duty.
She didn't have to follow through on his reporting. So, yeah, I find that argument a little silly. She had put it forward. It had sort of gone away. She could have said, no, I'm done with that.
Who, you're talking about EM?
EM.
I'm done with, well, see, I think it's hard to do that when once the London police are looking to reopen this, they're not consulting EM. Hey, how do you feel about it? Do you want to do this? No, they have gone ahead on their own and going, you're doing this.
But she can choose not to testify, and in which case the whole thing falls flat.
Okay, yep, all right. That's interesting.
5 or 6 years so obviously, look, and I'm not saying that's what she should have done. If she was still feeling, I don't know what
wronged?
the word, yeah, and she would be, but feeling like, no, I want to see justice done, then obviously she should have gone through with this.
Yep.
And all those things. But I think it's silly to say that a reporter putting out, hey, Hockey Canada did this thing.
But you've seen this.
Yes.
I'm not, okay,
no.
Yeah, right. So it's just in all of the, when you started to listen to all the facts that come down, it just seemed harder and harder to get a conviction for the Crown. Like, it just seemed like that was becoming less and less and less of a possibility.
Yeah, I have someone I'm close with who is a criminal lawyer, and she told me months ago, this is based on how it was playing out at the time. She's like, they're not going to get these guys. It's going to be not guilty.
Right.
And if you work in that industry and you recognize certain signs and the way things are being, and she didn't say whether it was right or wrong. She just said they don't have it. They don't have the case here to make it stick.
Right.
Which is ultimately what the judge said. I'm not here to judge morality. I can't do that. Like, what happened here was clearly fucked up. Was it illegal?
Right.
That's a different question, and that was whether we agree or disagree with her decision. That's an important distinction. You can still look at these 5 guys based on everything you've read and everything you've seen throughout this and go, I think this or that of those guys. And frankly, that's kind of how I feel about them.
Right.
But the judge was charged with,
facts.
Is it illegal?
Right.
Did she consent?
Yucky is not illegal.
Right.
And I choose that word intentionally, right? Gross.
Hey, just easing the tension, baby.
Yeah.
Just easing the tension.
Well, ease it on someone else.
Yeah. So it's not a...
Poorly placed, maybe.
That is very poorly placed. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
He was easing the tension. So it is one of those things where you sort of go, yeah, you cannot agree with it, but if you cannot prove that there is guilt, and again, as somebody who is very, very familiar with the Canadian legal system on multiple fronts, not guilty is not innocent. It just means I cannot prove what it is. And whether you are innocent of the charges, you are still left with just not guilty. It doesn't matter which side you come down on this. It is...
Think of it like in baseball. You have 3 options when the guy's out at first base and they challenge it. He's going to come back. The call's been overturned, the call stands, or the call on the field is confirmed. Call stands in the middle just means, we can't prove it either way.
Tie goes to the runner.
Right. This is it.
And
we can't overturn it. We can't quite confirm it, but there's not enough here to...
And the runner in this case is the accused. Right? If we cannot prove it, we're not sending somebody without enough proof.
Now, I have read, and again, due to having this person in my life and the number of things we've all read and seen over, the legal system is plainly failing women. In my opinion, that you can't send somebody to jail unless they're confirmed guilty, right? Proven guilty. But the number of women who are coming forward and getting nowhere just based on loopholes and technicalities. And in this case, you have people asking the legitimate question, hey, we all saw the Brent Howden text. Yeah, it's not admissible. The way you got it is not as... Like, that's a loophole, right? That's a...
You're talking with the slap in the ass.
That he was hitting her so hard in the ass, so I had to get out of there. Well, that's... should have been admissible, but it wasn't. And so...
But again, I'm not sure what's slapping in the ass for Brett Howden.
I'm just saying, for the average Joe watching a court case like this and saying, that to me looks like it leans towards EM, right? Like that would support her argument that things were getting out of hand in a way that she couldn't or hadn't consented to.
Right.
But we're not allowed to use that text message in the case. That's a loophole, right? This is Tariq Scooble's not allowed to throw his curveball tonight. Hey, we beat him. Did you? And I know it's gross to keep bringing this back to sports references.
Yeah.
But you've tied one arm behind someone's back and said that thing that we all know happened can't be talked about here.
Okay, but can I bring this back? And this is a dicey,
the whole thing's
sensitive situation, and this idea of the legal system not favoring women, and you're speaking specifically of in sexual assaults.
Yeah.
Right. Because to me, I've heard that also, that the legal system does not favor women.
Well, the number of convictions is so low. The number of successful...
And all I was suggesting was the idea that as a male who's gone through family law, you're left with the idea that the legal system does not favor males.
Sure, but those are two different areas of the law.
But they are the law. So to me, the idea that our system, which is what I've heard, does not favor females is not true.
No, see, that's painting an arbitrary... I'm talking about sexual assault law, which is what this case is. When you're talking about family law, I do believe that, more often than not, women get custody or women are...
I'm just saying the idea that the legal system, period. If you want to talk about...
Well, we are talking about a specific area.
Yeah. So then everybody needs to be specific in that. This specific
Well, I think
idea.
this is what people are talking about this week.
Yeah. And so all I'm saying is you still have the burden of proof.
Yeah.
That is what the legal system falls down on. And again, I've said to you, I am not on hockey players' sides, and I'm not anti-EM, and it is, this whole thing is gross. And it's unfortunate on so many levels. But at the end of the day, we can't throw out the legal system based on this outcome because you're not happy with how things have turned out.
But this is a high-profile case that drew a ton of attention and is obviously, now that it's over, going to lead to a lot of people saying, okay, was this the right... Has the way we applied the law here and the way things were done, was it correct? That was always going to... It was done after Bernardo. It was done after... Like, anytime anything big happens,
the Crown,
we're all going to talk about it, right? So she was very plain. The judge came out and said, I don't find most of this credible. And she went into great detail throughout that as to why that was. Now, you and I can sit here and have opinions on that, but she's the expert. She was the one who adjudicated this case and said, I don't find the evidence to be credible. I feel like you did give consent, and without any hard proof that I can't send these 5 guys to jail. So that's all fair enough. But now that that's done, of course people are going to talk about it. Of course people are going to sit back and look at whether sexual assault cases in this country are being handled correctly and fairly, and whether or not we need to have a look at it. It's never going to be wrong to take a look at it.
Of course it isn't. But when the Crown opens with, this is not a normal case, you've already put the spotlight on what makes it abnormal.
The celebrity of the players.
Do you think that's what makes it abnormal?
I think that's part of what makes it abnormal. That's why we all paid attention to it. There's
I think what makes
hundreds
it abnormal
of sexual assault cases every day in this country.
is the varying degrees of consent.
I think that happens most days, and we just don't know the victims. We don't know the accused.
Yeah, no, and the number of accused and all those sorts of things.
Hey, that's our World Junior team. Let's either
support
them or fuck hockey culture or whatever side people want to take. But
and all those things still are true.
Yeah.
Right? And if the outcome and what EM was put through in this is this idea of changes that need to be made, right, to sporting culture, but in this case, hockey culture, right? There are changes that need to be made, right?
Well, one of the things that Dan Robson reported on, and he covered this extensively for The Athletic as well, was just the idea of whether this will change the morality of hockey culture. It will change over time the self-consciousness of hockey culture. The number of guys who just don't allow this themselves to be involved in this sort of thing for nothing more than fear of getting caught. Whether they're a better guy, a more moral guy than the 5 that were involved here, they just go, I know how this shit plays out. I'm not going to be around it, right? And that's a very cynical way of looking at it. But whatever changes the culture, whatever stops this shit from happening, if it's nothing more than fear of being caught, that'll work.
Well,
right?
if that is the beginning, like swatting your dog in the nose with a newspaper, you do it enough times and you're like, okay, I don't do that.
I want to get swatted anymore.
Yeah, this is it. I don't do it. And so whatever you need to do to break the behavior and change the behavior, that's probably what needs to happen. And as I've said to you, I know somebody who is started their major junior career, and they deal right up front now with a bunch of, hey man, don't do this. These are the situations you need to avoid. These are the situations you need to not create. These are the situations, if you see, you need to report. And they're starting that at 16. And those things are, you can sit in a classroom and learn all those things and go, oh yeah, remember that thing you learned? And you're like, I'm seeing it now right in front of my face and acting on it, right? And so you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. Do you have a take at all on the NHL immediately released a statement saying these players remain ineligible to play? The PA immediately responded saying they've been found not guilty. They should be allowed to return to work.
The NHL saying
this happens.
There's something. This is whatever they said. It was.
Well, the league would examine the judge's findings, and this has happened before, and we can talk about something. But for everybody roasting the PA, and I get it, because the PA is also the person who has to defend somebody when they run your favorite player through the glass. Right. That's their job, right? So
both are members of the PA. How come that guy matters more than that guy?
So these guys were members of the PA, or at least are protecting the rights of the PA, and are saying, judge found you not guilty. They need to be welcomed back to work. The league has said, we will examine the judge's findings and make our own decisions. We have seen that sort of thing play out before. Joel Quenneville and Stan Bowman were out of the league for a while and are now back in it.
Corey Perry?
Well, that one, we don't really know what happened. Jake Virtanen was suspended for a year based on the things that were alleged to have happened with him in Vancouver. Edmonton invited him to camp a year later, and he didn't make it. So he was, that's going to come up again. So he was...
When Carter Hart goes home?
So he didn't make it. Mitchell Miller wasn't even a criminal. His was just morally disgusting.
Who was that, sir?
Mitchell Miller.
Right.
guy who
Yes,
abused
yes.
the bullied
the North Dakota guy.
So his team that drafts him ends up relinquishing his rights, and the Bruins a little while later go,
We'll take a crack at it.
yeah, we'll sign that guy. And the blowback is so big that they immediately turn around and go, yeah, nope, forget it. We fucked up. He's out. Slavov Wainov was...
Top two defensemen.
Yeah, he pleaded no contest in a case of beating the shit out of his wife, allegedly. She also didn't want to go any further with it. So off to Russia he went, out of the league. And when reports started to circle again in 2019 that he was considering a comeback, that's when Gary threw down the 1-year suspension. So everybody talking that these guys have already been technically suspended by the league, that's bullshit. These 5 guys who just went through this court, they all took leave of absence from work, and we have seen precedent that that doesn't count. The league has not yet taken their crack at what this means for you, right?
Well,
they will examine this for themselves. Maybe there'll be a 1-year suspension, a 3-year suspension.
4 of the 5 also were have become UFAs because they were not. Their contracts were
expired
not while this happened and prior to it, right?
Yeah.
The only one is Alex Formanton.
And he's also the only one who has essentially left hockey.
Filed his retirement papers.
Yeah, and he's working construction north of Toronto somewhere.
So to me, he's from the London area, I believe, or north of London.
But the other 3 skaters played in Slovakia and Russia last year. Carter Hart didn't play anywhere last year, but did reportedly practice and stay in shape in the Nashville area away from the spotlight.
Prying eyes.
Last year.
So to me, you'll wait and see once this 30-day appeals period is done. Then we'll see where the NHL really sits, whether it comes down to...
The point I was making is that Gary could yet go, because he was also was asked about it at the State of the Union there before the final or the All-Star game or whatever it was. He said, we'll let the legal system play out, but what has been alleged is disgusting. And so he...
But disgusting. He's a lawyer, and it's disgusting to him.
Yes. So defending the morality of the league and the reputation of the league, he could say, again, Slavov Wainov was not found guilty.
Yeah.
Right? Like other guys, like you can still lay this down and say, yeah, for the shame you've brought upon the league for a year or 3 years or whatever, which would essentially end most of these guys' careers, probably all of them. But most, like Formanton, Dubé, McLeod, Foote, they're just guys. Carter Hart is the possible impact player.
100%.
I know this is a gross way to talk about it, and it's a cynical way to talk about it, but we are going to have that conversation. This will come up.
Well, this is a world where...
Like, you wouldn't risk, if you're the Ottawa Senators,
Michael Vick got a job after coming... He was guilty. Did 3.5 years in prison. Re-signed in Atlanta.
If you're good, if there's money to be made... didn't you go to Philly? Anyway, if there's money to be made, if you're like,
if I can use you,
if there's no reason in the world for the Senators to reach out to Formanton and say, come back and be a bottom 6 forward for us. Dubé, same thing. McLeod, same thing. Cal Foote was up and down between them.
Yep.
Carter Hart, somebody's going to want to talk to that guy.
Right.
Probably a few teams. And now you're like,
starting goalies do not grow on trees.
Worth the headache, the PR nightmare.
Well, you've already taken Stan Bowman. And you brought in Corey Perry, and we don't know what happened with Corey Perry.
Right.
But he was released out of $4 million out of his pocket.
Yep.
From Chicago, and Edmonton went, we could use that guy.
Joel Quenneville, like Anaheim could have signed anyone in the world to come coach their team. It was worth it to them.
Good coach.
To go and say, yeah, that his abilities can impact our team.
Right. Good coach.
We'll go through it.
And so to me, it comes down to players are no different. You sort of go, all right, I think the upside is going to outweigh, especially in Anaheim with 1 or 2 beat reporters.
Yep.
And you go, yeah, we're down here. And we'll go through Chicago and Toronto and Montreal and Florida maybe, and it'll go away.
The best possible thing that could have happened to the NHL was for Gary to say Stan Bowman and Joel Quenneville are reinstated, and every team to go, no thanks.
Yeah.
That sends a message.
Right.
That tells you where your league is at.
There'd be collusion. There'd be collusion calls on that.
Maybe. But
to me, that is, you're talking about the moral.
Yep. Or just
all 32
I don't need that.
teams being, you just need
we know
one
what happened with those guys. So
well, there's no dispute in what happened with those guys.
Right. So now we're going to face the same question with Carter Hart. The best thing for the league's reputation would be for all 32 teams to go, don't need that.
Yeah,
we're good. But he's getting the job.
Carter Hart plays. If there's no further suspensions, he may play. He may get signed this year.
It wouldn't shock me if he's in somebody's net on opening night.
Minimum, he is.
Yeah, like October 8th, whatever we're doing here.
Yeah, but to me, worst case scenario for Carter Hart is he's in somebody's lineup opening night 2026.
Yeah.
Well, that's worst case scenario.
Yeah, Gary throws down a 1-year suspension.
Otherwise, somebody has signed him, Edmonton.
Yeah.
This year, right?
What organization?
Coming in at a minimum?
Stan Bowman, of all people, is going to go, everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah. Yeah, so to me, this is...
Including Jake Virtanen and...
Vertanen. I don't know why you keep
Corey
going.
Perry and...
Yes, exactly.
Anyways. Evander Kane. And...
see, there's more. And it is just, and as I said, this whole thing, and I hope the long-lasting effects of this is the change in hockey culture and the understanding that it's serious business. And I think it seems weird to say that, right? That this is life altering for people. But I think some people look at it and go, it's not me. It's not my kid. It's not my, but these are real people. And EM is a real person. And whatever occurred that night is whatever's come from it was not what she required or she wanted. And so we hope that moving forward is the change.
Seems like a good time to take a break, go have a pint, grab a pint more than have a pint. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Come back. We'll lighten things up again, talk some hockey. We'll be back.
Good. Get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I wanna kiss you all over and over and again. I wanna kiss you all over. Dun dun dun. Till the night closes in. Till the night closes in.
All right, we get back in here. We will. I got a couple hockey notes that I want to hit Rob with. First, we're going to have another pint. What did you go with there? The adventure that it was to get here.
This is from Burdock
All
Brewing.
The cool kids going with Burdock.
Is that what you got too?
No, I said the cool kids.
Okay, right. This is the duck.
That was Schrides a week ago.
Okay, and did she have a Burdock?
Yeah.
What was she drinking?
I don't remember.
Did she like it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I was really just waiting to try my beer.
I don't care what you're doing over there. I'm wait to speak
Spoken
guy.
like a true asshole.
This is the Duck Royale IPA.
Wasn't that?
Coming in at 7%.
Hey, finishing
Now,
strong.
Yeah, small can. Small can alert. Small can alert.
Yeah, on that one I started with 10.3%.
Okay.
And finished at 2.5%. Really just pumping the brakes hard on the way home. So,
see, this is very much, I think, like what you just finished. The hop side.
Yep, from Perth.
So it's coming in at it's just saying an IPA, and now there is a bit of the juiciness from this.
Mm-hmm.
Less bitter than I would have expected. So we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see. What do you got over there?
This is also from Perth. Just going to post up right there. And this is the Jailhouse Bock, 6.5%.
Bock.
Kind of golden in color.
All right.
Got a little bit of toastiness right up front, which isn't overly surprising. Kind of malty, 6.5%.
6.5.
Yeah, pretty nice.
All right.
Honestly.
That's new. I think that must be new.
I think a few different things that I grabbed from there were new, or at least familiar. They had the usual stuff, the maple and the, like I said, the bonfire, which I really enjoy. So I grabbed, I didn't grab the maple because I don't really love that one. But
if you have AJ coming in, he loves the maple from Perth.
Oh, okay. I should have, well, I don't plan to have.
Okay.
Not never, but he's not on the immediate.
He's not on the horizon.
Right.
Best logo in craft beer is Perth.
Yeah, okay.
Thistle with the maple leaf.
Yeah.
It's showing.
But man, that's going to be contentious take.
All right. Well, guess what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dominion City, also strong.
Yep. You can see where Rob's preferences lie, right? Things that kind of date back, have a little Canadian history pull to them. The Dominion, the Perth, with the thistle.
The thistle.
Yeah. The Tissels. A couple of hockey things here for you.
Yeah, this kind of freaked me out a bit when you sent you like.
It's nothing too crazy.
I have some trivia for you, and I'm like, all right, this sets up.
Well, it's just some
spike it right in Rob's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And I'm here for that, Matt. I'm here for the show. I'm willing to lay my ignorance on display.
Well, let's start here. Yaroslav Halak has retired recently. Any thoughts on his legacy as a, I think his most prominent moment was in Montreal.
Is Tuukka Rask a Hall of Famer?
Can we do my thing first?
I'm just saying, Halak's numbers through longevity, not dissimilar.
No, there's a bunch of
to
that.
Tuukka Rask.
In terms of expected. Well, let me ask you this. Was Jaro Halak a number one goalie for you?
Never.
Yeah, 17 seasons. How many seasons do you think he started more than 50 games?
2. 1.
Yeah, you're close enough. I won't give you any of the bad sound effects here from Happy Gilmore. It was 4.
Okay.
And then he's got a bunch in the mid-40s.
I'm surprised by that.
That it's that high?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did sort of take over in Montreal, who we all
from
kind of
Carey Price, when people
Yeah,
were like,
where
trade that Carey Price bum.
That was the next guy, right? It was supposed to be... And they've got the signs...
The stop signs with Halak.
Instead they say Halak, yeah.
People getting upset because it's not bilingual.
Yeah. I don't know, put an accent over one of the A's or something.
A little accent aigu.
He played for 7 teams.
Oh.
Would you like to try and name them?
Montreal.
Got it.
St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. Bring that shit on, man. Oh, God, I love it.
He's 2 for 2.
All right. Bruins?
Oh, God, that hurt a little, but I'm all right.
Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
Okay.
Those are all good. He's in there toughening up.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's in the batting cage.
Yeah.
Was he an Islander?
Oh, yeah! You like that, baby? Let him know where that came from, yeah!
4.
So I've got 4.
Okay.
I'm going to go... No, it's like really, I'd be running through teams now.
You suck, you jackass.
Yeah. No problem. Sorry, Yarrow Halak.
Okay, so you're tapping out?
Was he a Tampa Bay Lightning?
No.
Was he a Carolina Hurricane?
No.
Was he a Toronto Maple Leaf?
Come on, boy, cut that out. You're making me sick.
I told you, man. I'm a Minnesota Wild.
No.
Vancouver Canuck.
He shoots, he scores!
How about an Anaheim Duck? It's my last one.
No.
All right, I'm out. Tapping out.
Son of a bitch, Paul. Why didn't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me. Suck my white ass, Paul.
New York Ranger.
All right.
In 22-23, he was the backup in New York for like 17. I can't believe you got the Canucks.
That was a guess. I knew he wasn't an Oiler or a Flame, so I just was.
Okay.
I was going to start running down the West Coast.
Yeah, basically going through divisions
Yes,
till I got
this
there.
This is it. So that was total guess. The other
bad.
4 I felt pretty comfortable with.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you're still missing one.
I am still missing one.
Yeah.
But I was the
Okay.
good
Oh,
listener.
right, yeah,
the good
you-
listener
yeah.
would get that, but
The Washington Capitals. Right after beating them.
no recollection.
Yeah, no,
Zero.
of course not. Why would there be, really? To me, I actually did remember the Canucks. I had no recollection he was ever a Ranger. Halak in St. Louis, like he actually spent a couple years there as the backup.
It's St. Louis and
And
Montreal.
yet it did not. Okay, see, that one did not ring a bell for me. I remembered him long-term as an Islander, which is actually who he played more games for than anyone else.
Well, see, the Islanders and Tampa are the teams I go to, and occasionally Minnesota when I go,
Just
what
random.
kind of mediocre team has sort of grabbed whoever? Those
You got
guys.
Tampa lumped in with those two in terms of mediocre?
I do for the
Preceding decade.
yeah
I guess.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Not a Hall of Famer or anything, but guy put a 17-year career together.
295 wins.
Yeah. And like, honestly, over the last 12 to 15 years, like a top 10 goalie in terms of goals saved above expected. He was just, I think if he was ever your number 2, you felt really good. If he was your number 1, you didn't love it so much.
Right. We call that the Damian Rhodes effect.
Sure. Yeah. We also saw here over the last little bit the retirement of Blake Wheeler.
Yeah, better stats than you'd expect.
Yeah. It was funny. Like, I was reading something a couple of months ago that was talking about how much better the culture of the room in Winnipeg was when they gave Mark Scheifele the C. I'm like, why did Mark Scheifele get the C again? Like, why aren't we focused on the other part? The culture of the room got better when so-and-so left. Not really my point.
And he didn't leave.
Well,
Did they not just take it from him first and then he left?
Yes.
Right.
Perhaps relatedly.
Okay. And I just want one happened before the other.
Yes. That leaves us with 2 players in the league who once played, Rob already knows where this is going,
Yeah.
for the Atlanta Thrashers. Who are the other 2?
Who are still active.
Still active in the league.
Eric Bukestad.
No. First of all, it's Nick Bukestad.
Oh, sorry, Bukestad family.
You know, I'm a big...
Yeah, I do
For
know
some
that.
reason, I'm a bit of a Bukestad booster. A truther.
And you know what? I read the Wheeler article when he retired.
Yeah. It probably didn't mention the Thrashers.
It did.
Oh.
It did.
I mean, the remaining.
I feel like it did, but I feel like it only mentioned one. And so I am... Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm. One of them has been mentioned on this show, and I was kicking myself over here that I let the name slip.
One of them have mentioned today?
Yes.
Yeah, no, to me, I'm like, it's somebody, it's like a Matt Dumba. It's not a Matt Dumba,
Nope.
but it's like,
I get where you're leaning there, though.
can I give any hints you can give me?
They both played for the Atlanta Thrashers.
Well, that's a good one, Matt. That's a good one. And it's
One of them is...
Is one of them still active? Like,
both of them are still active.
Like, they actually played in 24, 25.
Yes. One was once a Leaf blue liner.
A Leaf blue line. Or like recently?
Within the last 5 years.
Okay, can you give me who they played with this year?
Minnesota and Edmonton.
Minnesota and Edmonton.
There's 2 players. Those are the 2
Yeah,
teams.
no, I understand.
Okay.
I got it. I'm just nah.
Don't worry on that one, dipshit.
Evander Kane.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Now a Vancouver Canuck.
Yeah.
Sure to help rectify everything that's gone wrong in that locker room.
Culture can only go up from here.
And Zach Bogosian.
Which, did he play last year?
Yeah.
Where?
Minnesota.
Okay.
The other interesting thing, if this was
Nick
interesting.
Antropov. Did Nick Antropov play this year? No.
No. His kid played for the Jennies.
But he was a Thrasher, I believe.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. The other interesting thing, and I say other as if you found this thing interesting about Zach Bogosian, he was part of the defense pair with the widest ever age disparity in league history.
Zach Bogosian?
Yes.
As a Thrasher?
Yes. This should be a slam dunk for you.
It's not.
Okay.
A defenseman who was super old,
Yep.
playing in Atlanta.
When Bogosian broke into the league. And this is not like for years, obviously. I think
So
there was
we're
a total
talking
of like
late-
55 minutes they played together.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
I think Bogosian was like an well, he was in Atlanta, so 08, 09 draft, something like that.
Craig Ramsey.
Chris Chelios.
I have no recollection of Chelios as a Thrasher.
Yeah, remember he said he wanted to play till 50, and Detroit was like, yeah, cool. Well,
Good luck.
good luck with that. but it'll be somewhere else.
We'll keep your restaurant here and go. No, I honestly don't. I have no recollection of Chelios as a thrasher.
What happens?
Was he still on the bike in the
sauna?
In the sauna.
I didn't spend a lot of time in Atlanta then to keep an eye on him, but
you were right in there though.
Oh yeah, I was also right beside him on the fitness fitness plan.
Beast.
Yeah. What happens first? All former Thrashers are retired from the league, or Atlanta is awarded a new team. Not drops the puck, but Atlanta has gotten another team while players from the last one are still in the league. Which happens first, do you think? There's no correct answer to this, obviously.
Atlanta gets a team for Atlanta gets their third iteration of whatever they are. Because Kane has a couple more years in him.
Easy. As long as he can find a home, like locker rooms to keep taking him. But you're right, he can keep playing for a while.
Yep.
I don't know how long Bogosian's going to hang on.
No, Bogosian's done, and Nick Antropov.
He's been retired for several years.
They're done. Who was the other guy?
Evander Kane and Zach Bogosian.
Oh, Blake Wheeler.
Blake Wheeler's done, and he did.
There was three, and I'm like, so
they're going to get another team.
They are going to get another team, and Kane will still
probably
be playing.
by next summer. That wouldn't shock me.
If you're talking 1.5 billion per franchise, the NHL will not turn their back. Now it's crazy stupid to be 34 franchises in the NHL, but if you're willing to take that money, man, you're going to fork out that money.
One of the great lines I did see about this was Atlanta is about to receive its third NHL team since the Leafs last won a cup. 3 teams will have come and gone. Well, 2 will have come and gone, and another will return in the time since Toronto has won.
It'd be more interesting to see how many cities have had teams, period.
Sure.
Since the Leafs last won a
Kansas
cup.
City.
Cleveland.
That's
just the Cleveland Barons. Colorado's had
twice.
Colorado, the Rockies and the Avs.
Yep. This isn't that fun. Let's move on.
All right.
But I'm with you. I think Evander Kane is still in the league easily when Atlanta gets its next team. Last one.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you had another one because I had somewhere else to go.
Okay. Physically, you're going to leave?
No.
No, damn it.
No.
There are 7 teams in the NHL.
And this has been so successful so far.
Yeah.
Why would we not do it?
No, obviously. Yeah.
You're pretty sick, Chubbs.
Just keep going. So there are 7 teams in National Hockey League history who have never had a 50-goal scorer. Can you name them? There's 11 more that haven't had it in the cap era. We're not going to do that because we'll be here all fucking day. But
okay, 11 teams.
There are 7 teams who have never had a 50-goal scorer in franchise history.
So this is existing franchises, or this is some have gone?
Existing.
No 50-goal scorer.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers.
Pavel Bure.
Okay, that's not working.
Nope.
How about
Jackass!
Vancouver Canucks?
Pavel Bure.
Okay. Fuck.
That was weird, man.
Yeah. Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild is correct.
Okay. Carolina Hurricanes.
No, because they...
Hartford Whalers?
Yes.
Bullshit.
Blake Stoughton, 1981-82, is their 50-goal scorer. It wasn't even Ron Francis or somebody you'd actually know.
Dallas Stars.
Mike Modano.
Yep. Okay. I thought he would have had his 50 goals in Minnesota.
But still the same franchise.
Yeah, okay. The Kings would have. The Sharks with Jonathan Chichu.
Sure.
Corey Perry in Anaheim. What about the Rangers?
The Rangers have had multiple 50-goal scorers.
Okay. All right. They seem like that sort of 6 more?
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jets.
No. Kovalchuk.
You give that's a Thrashers one?
Same franchise.
It's bullshit.
Well, it was the same thing with...
Yeah. Okay, so Seattle?
Yes.
Utah?
Yes. Utah, I'll say right now, was the one I was prepared to give you later because it's it is the Coyotes, but they're not. Like they said, it's a new franchise, right? So I'm impressed you got that one.
Well, in Winnipeg, forget about Kovalchuk. How about Solani with his
No, that's the Coyotes.
Christ.
The league sucks at making this.
Yeah.
So you're at 3.
And there's 4 more to go.
Yeah.
And I'm working my way around because Buffalo surely's had a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Nashville. Yep, they're one of them.
Yeah, you're correct.
Okay, so there's 4. Let's go with let's see, working more. St. Louis.
You suck, you jackass.
Brett Hull.
Probably Bernie Federko too.
Or Bernie Nichols anyway.
Later
career.
Tampa.
No. They are not one of them.
New Jersey.
Stamkos, right? New Jersey is one of them. I thought that would be the one you would wave at the longest.
Kirk Muller is the guy I was looking at because he was in the 80s.
John McClain came the closest.
A stud in the 80s.
He had 3 straight 40-goal seasons, but no 50-goal seasons did John McClain.
Okay, so I've got 5 out of 7.
Yes.
Yep.
You have taken a weirdly circuitous route to get here, but circuitous.
So you mean you're not?
I'm surprised that this is the route you've taken to get this far. You're clearly just out here looking at divisions and.
I am out here looking at divisions. That's exactly. I was sort of going geographically, going. I know Calgary, Edmonton, yes. Kings, yes, and so I'm just sort of going through this. I said St. Louis already.
Yeah, and you were wrong already.
And sorry, you said Jordan Kyrou.
Sure.
Yes, of course. I don't know. Let's put this out of its misery. Who are the other 2?
You have neglected to mention the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, I have.
And the Columbus Blue Jackets. To me,
the Blue Jackets just sort of like.
But when you say to me teams that have never had, like, don't you start at newest team, Seattle? No,
yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. And as soon as I went
Minnesota, Columbus, Nashville, all 3 of them.
As soon as I came to Seattle and Utah.
Yeah. But you missed.
And then Nashville. But yeah, just sort of.
JP Dumont never got there.
Yeah. It's sort of.
Paul Correa kind of passed his prime.
Peter Forsberg.
Yeah. Forsberg.
Columbus just sort of.
Rick Nash, 41 goals there.
That's the highest?
That was his highest. And he won the Rocket.
Yeah. In
a
time when Jamie Benn with 91
points or whatever the hell it was,
wins the
consummate. Art Ross. Now I'm out here waving at trophies.
Well, you've got me questioning it too now. You're like, sorry, Rob's wrong on that too. It's interesting. When you said to me, due to the history or the recent, I have some stuff to touch on.
Yeah. So Halak retires, Wheeler retires. Let's just see what happens.
Well, and it was coming off of me saying to you, we'll touch on the Hockey Canada thing.
Yeah. And the Jays thing.
Yeah, but so the 2018 World...
Maybe we'll also have a beer.
So the 2018 World Juniors.
Yeah.
So...
okay. You went researching away on the...
Well, no, but Canada won that year. That was in Buffalo, I believe. Am I right?
I don't know.
Anyways, it doesn't matter.
No.
I started looking at that. To me, Carter Hart was so good in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Tournament only. We're talking hockey only here, people. But I sort of thought to me, you were going to ask me about players from this tournament who have. And
you thought I might want to glorify them a little bit.
Yeah, no. Moving away from the Hockey Canada thing into other rosters. And man, if you look at that tournament and who's come out of that tournament, like, so you have Carter Hart, who was, because of his profile at the time in this country, most of us felt like he was the best goalie in that tournament. Do you remember
he was the heir apparent?
Do you remember who the best goalie in that tournament was?
Was that not so? He was there for 2 years. Was this the year he went against the Ottinger-Woll pairing?
So
tandem, or do you mean just for Canada?
Yeah, but who the best goalie
of the tournament
was?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Sweden. Former Ottawa Senator
Anton Forsberg?
Philip Gustafsson.
Okay.
Philip Gustafsson.
Love you, Goose.
So he was the goalie of the tournament. I'm going to give you options here in terms of goalies. The Americans, the three goalies the Americans pulled that year, Ottinger, Wall,
Yeah.
Jeremy Swayman.
Not a bad year.
Those are the three goalies the Americans brought.
Yeah.
You have Gustafsson in Sweden. You have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen
Really? Okay.
in Finland.
Yeah.
And you have Carter Hart.
Not a bad year.
So to me, when you start to look at guys in this tournament, and Canada, so we know that roster sort of much more intimately due to the
It wasn't a very good one. Like Sam Steele, I think, was the number
Sam
one
Steele
center.
was on there.
Yeah.
But Sweden had Timothy Liljegren was on that.
Butte.
Zetterlund
Sure.
was on that. Rasmus Dahlin, Elias Pettersson, Eric Brandstrom, all on that Swedish team. The Americans had Tkachuk. They had Norris.
Brady.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk,
Yeah.
Josh Norris. They had Adam Fox. They had Quinn Hughes. They had Ryan Lindgren. Like, that is
Yeah.
a tournament stacked with NHL All-Stars.
Well, we'll see in a few years whether anyone is able to, because it's always years later when you start to look back and realize how good a certain tournament was, or whether in this country, the Hockey Canada, and we didn't win. So the Hockey Canada thing.
We did win.
Did we win that one?
That was I think that was Buffalo in the outdoor game.
So 15 and 17 were Montreal and Toronto.
18 was Buffalo. And,
Okay.
and
19 was Vancouver?
Don't know.
Because UPL played and won in Canada, or at least eliminated Canada.
In Vancouver, yeah. Okay. Yep.
So we're in that neighborhood. But yeah, I just wonder if, obviously, yeah, they wouldn't have been having the celebratory event
Because the
if
Americans
they hadn't won.
The Americans beat Canada in the outdoor game in the round robin.
With half the stadium, or supposed stadium, stuck in a traffic jam in the middle of a snowstorm.
But man, that American team, if you can think about it, you have Ottinger, Swayman, and Wall.
Yep.
You have
Fox,
Lindgren,
Hughes.
Fox, Hughes, and whoever else was there.
Yeah.
Man, if you're building from the back,
Like you would take, if someone said to you, we're building the American Olympic team right now, you don't really want Lindgren, but if you promise me I can have Hughes and Fox, you're like, yeah, all right. I'll take their little brother.
You're taking that over Makar and...
Well, this was the other thing about this Hockey Canada thing is the 2018 team is still entirely suspended.
Yep.
For
now.
From playing for Hockey Canada until their own investigation and all the legal stuff has played out.
Because the Four Nations was an NHL
That's
deal.
right. This was not a Hockey Canada thing, so they didn't have to. And honestly, we are now at a point where Cale Makar is the only reason to care, but it's a big reason to care on how long. Now, Hockey Canada's, again, I'm being a little cynical, but they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. It's done.
Victor Mete?
Sure.
No.
Come out of nowhere, maybe. Be on the
in the wrestling thing.
Yeah, man.
You gonna come out with the mask on?
Victor Mete.
Here we go.
Yeah. Was he not
an Ottawa Senator?
No, I was going to say a big deal. Like, was he not sent back 1 year to the World Junior team from the Habs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going to be that never works.
He was going to be the Hudson. He was going to be that guy. Like, he was going to come back and...
Whoops.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. One last thing here on the trivia front, that now that it's come back to me.
Okay.
And it's not really trivia now that I think about it. But one last thing before we go. How much longer are you willing to say for certain that the LA Kings are the best team in California? How long is it going to take for them to fall off and one of, or both of, San Jose and Anaheim to pass them?
I give them this year.
That's about where I'm at, too.
This is the last year, I think, where LA comes into it as the de facto California Kings. And then you're looking at, I think Anaheim may overtake them this year. And then San Jose.
See, I like San Jose better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with Dostal and the maturity level that they've already got drafted.
Anaheim is a little ahead.
I think San Jose becomes the best team
over in general. Long term, yeah.
I just think Anaheim
fair enough.
is ahead of them on that curve.
And, for whatever you think of Quenneville, they will be better coached.
Yep. On the ice.
When you look at the Kings, this is the last year, and one of these three is not like the others, but Kopitar, Kempe, and Kuzmenko all are into their last year.
Where's Doughty?
Doughty has 1 year left after this one.
Okay.
But the things that stand out to me, there's two things here, are the blue line, which has Doughty and Mikey Anderson as your top pair, and that's fine. Second pair, I guess, will be Brian Dumoulin and Cody Ceci, which is less fine.
Yep.
And then we're looking at
former Pittsburgh Penguins for 100, please.
Joel Edmondson and Kyle Burrows as your third pair. And I guess they're hoping Brant Clark will get in there somewhere.
Well, I think they're hoping Brant Clark will push his way into that.
Well, that was the whole reason that gave them license to make the trade with Ottawa.
CC Dumoulin pairing, right?
God willing. And the other thing that stands out to me here is Darcy Kemper, who at 34 years old, he came over as a cap dump. Washington and LA were like, I'll take your problem if you'll take mine, right? So it was P.L. Dubois for Darcy Kemper, and at 34 years old, he went and put up a .922 save percentage. But the year before, he was an .890.
In Washington.
So league average right now is .903 at 34.
He was a Vezina finalist.
He's not going to be .922 again at 34, 35 years old, especially behind this new defense they're running out there. And if he just drops to league average, let's just say it's 900, 5 wins off the board, that's 10 points.
Hey,
you're back into the muck, right?
Yeah, but remember, they were the home. They had home ice advantage against the Oilers.
That's what I'm saying.
They were the second seed in that Pacific
Ken Holland,
division.
when he came in at his press conference, kept saying over and over, this is a 105-point team. I don't want to mess around too much. I don't want to... Okay, I'm not banking on Darcy Kemper to be 922 again. And if he falls back just a little, you're back into the muck, and that allows you to get a little closer, whether you're Anaheim or San Jose. I'm not sure it happens this year either, but I don't think it's off the table that one of them passes LA this year. I think they're about to take a noticeable... they're not a home ice team again in the playoffs.
They shouldn't have been this year.
No, and that was made plainly obvious once Edmonton got a hold of them there.
Well, except it was...
I know, game 1 and 2.
And game 3 was...
Yep. Things happen. Things get away from you.
And you're like, oops.
Yeah.
Coaching. That's the John Schneider effect right there.
Sure.
And we'll see what happens, right? But to me, I don't think they move far enough back. They're not a Jordan Spence away from moving from 105 to 88 points.
No, but man, they've also lost Gavrikov.
Yep.
That blue line's terrible.
It's terrible.
And the backup, if
Clark,
it turns out...
Clark is in that top 6.
If Darcy Kemper isn't league average this year, which is on the table, did you notice who they picked up as their backup? Another name that's already been mentioned on this show.
Nope.
Anton Forsberg.
Oh, you reunited with DJ. I did see that.
Yeah, so.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I did. But he's...
As a backup, he's fine.
Forsey will be good.
He's fine as a backup. But I worry about Kemper going back to just average.
Yeah, all right.
Just average.
And as you suggest,
that would knock
you are taking
10 or 12 points off the
all right.
star.
If you got a... Wow.
That's tough going, man.
That's a 12-point buck right there. If you got a 9-10 from Kemper, man, you were grabbing that with both hands all day long.
I'm not sure you are, though.
You're not sure you're getting that?
No.
That is a 13.
890 a year earlier. And now this defense in front of him. Yeah. He may be 903 again. He may be 895 again. And now you're in trouble.
I would remind you, Matt.
Do it.
He is a cup winner.
Yes.
As a starting goalie.
Yep.
So my question to you, and it sounds like I know the answer, is he on the radar to be in Canada's top 3?
If he's 922 again.
For the Olympics.
Yeah, I think going into the Four Nations, we were unhappy with all three. Like, there were other options you were like...
That's Montembeau.
Should have went with that guy. Should have went with that guy.
No.
Yeah, Darcy Kemper was there, and there was someone else who had clearly jumped out ahead. Logan Thompson was the other one, and we'll see. Like, I still think, I guess Binnington, despite his loss to Denmark, has probably got his foot in the door.
Horrible, man.
Yeah, horrible.
You do not show up with the roster Canada has, and you lose that. Now, that wasn't on Binnington.
No, it wasn't.
When you lose 2-1 to Denmark in a quarterfinal?
Yeah. Somebody score a fucking goal.
Or 6.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, a 6-pack should not have been hard to come by.
I'm breaking them all day here. Let's go.
He shoots, he scores!
Yes. Yeah. Or not.
Or not. Yeah, it turned out more...
This is pathetic.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anything else?
Tin Cup? Have you seen Tin Cup?
I haven't.
Oh, man, see.
I just saw my movie for this year.
I know. 2025 is full up. But it was, so it's a 90s movie, and it had all kinds of PGA pros on it.
Yeah.
So it, to me, was the movie where I went, I like the movie, and it had lots of pros in it who were sort of, they were doing their thing.
Sure.
So
this one, the Happy Gilmore 2, the pros that were there, and again, no spoilers, anybody, but like they were clearly willing to go a certain amount and be embarrassed or have a laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
But there were moments we were like, needed you to care just a little more there, right? Yeah. So it was fun. Like I said, 90 minutes well spent.
Feeling like high school drama.
Right.
You're bringing in the quarterback. Could you loosen up a bit?
Yeah. Could you care a little more about this?
All right. Probably
nope. I should have mentioned this off the top, and then I should have mentioned it again at the half, and I didn't. But
Rob's a great guy.
No, that was...
You're pretty sick, Chubbs.
Yeah, it's a given. It's a given.
Wednesday, Lisa Wallace makes her TCA debut. And look, we've been getting some
Canadian press.
Honestly, and we've been getting some really fun feedback on the TCA summer sessions we've done thus far with Matt Scooby, with Ian Mendez. Lisa Wallace is up next, and that will drop for you on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. She said she's open to doing the craft beer thing, but said nothing dark, no stouts. And I kind of, you know what?
Come on!
I was sort of the opposite. Like, great, don't have to share any of the dark ones that are here. You can have your pick of any of the pale ales or the lagers.
See, I meant to bring in some show beers to put up on the top shelf today, but I didn't.
Look at this guy thinks he's a top shelf kind of guy.
No.
I know.
Just some guest beers that may have fit into her what she was looking for.
Well, we will find out what she chooses. Like I said, that drops on Wednesday. We'll get into her journey, her career, and of course, we'll ask her about the Red Blacks, ask her about the Senators, and whatever else is in the news at the time. All kinds of good stuff still to come on the podcast. You're also going to hear from Joshua O'Connor. I did mention there, if you haven't caught it yet, Ian Mendez was last Wednesday, the 23rd. I thought he was pretty candid for us. Took us about as deep as he was willing to go, and that went further than I thought it would. And Matt Scooby the week before that. All of it up at tallcanaudio.com or on your wherever you're hearing us right now. I think that's it, man. This has been a long one. In fact, it may get sliced up a little.
Well, we were afraid that there wasn't going to be enough.
I'm never afraid of that.
Yeah, I know.
Not anymore. I used to worry, but now I'm just, whatever. I'm capable of blathering for 2 hours.
And this show... not this show, this podcast, there's some vamping, there's some freelancing, there's some fillers us.
Yes. And we'll see what happens to it in post.
You know what? I leave it in your capable hands.
I know you do, which is really Rob saying, you figure it out.
See ya!
That's it, I think. For Rob, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on Wednesday with Lisa Wallace.
See ya!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough, bitch.
I've got nothing here. You're giving me baseball and hockey, and I got my keister blowing in the wind. That made to look like a fool here. That's just dumb. I don't want anything to do with this place. This place is run by a bunch of children.